All right, so we will have this review about closing entries before we proceed to merchandising, okay? So closing entries, these are entries are made to close all nominal accounts. So basically kasi di ba nung nakaraan nag-adjusting na tayo. Pagkatapos kasi ng adjusting, gagawa ka ng adjusted trial balance, okay? And then kapag nagawa mo ng adjusted trial balance, magko-close na tayo ng entries. Actually, closing entries or ito rin yung tinatawag na reversing entries. Okay? Reversing siya. Okay? Wait, sulat ko. Reversing entries. Okay? Reversing entry siya in a sense kasi i-reverse nyo lahat. Okay? Kasi for example, itong revenue, kapag increase in revenue, anong ginagawa natin? Debit or credit?
Credit po.
Very good. So ngayon, pag nag-close tayo ng entries, ide-debit natin to. What about the expenses? Kapag journalizing, debit or credit yung increase niya?
Debit po.
Debit. Very good, class. Alright, debit. Tapos, pagdating natin ng closing entries, since reversing entry siya, gagawin natin siyang credit. Okay? Do you get my point, class? Alright? So later on, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung sample. So I just like to tell you, to remind everybody rather, na yung closing entries, these entries are made to close all nominal accounts. So ano ba yung mga nominal accounts? Example ng nominal accounts. Nominal accounts include revenue, expenses, saka drawing. Okay? So meron ulit tayong clue, 'di ba? Dati meron tayong alis. Ngayon meron na naman tayo red. Okay? So ano nga yung ibig sabihin ng red, class?
Revenue.
Expenses, drawing.
Very good, class. So paano? Anong gagawin natin kapag tayo magre-reverse ng entries? It's either ide-debit natin or i-credit natin yung account title na income summary. So income summary account will be temporarily created to represent the net income or loss for the period. After closing entries are made, only real accounts will have remaining balances. Real account na lang ang magkakaroon. So ibig sabihin ng i-close natin itong mga nominal, revenue, expenses, and drawing. Okay? Alright. So, ayan. Quick guide to closing. Paano nga ba tayo magko-close? Debit all revenues. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina, di ba? Since credit siya, ang gagawin nyo dito, ide-debit nyo siya. Right? So, income summary, yung gagawin yung assign balancing figure to income summary account. Revenues and expenses shall be zero. Dapat magiging zero na siya kasi i-close natin. Credit balance of income summary account signifies a net income for the period, while a debit balance will signify a net loss for the period. Okay? So, unang step natin, debit all revenue. So, kung titignan nyo dito, di ba sinabi, ang adjusting, it's either monthly siya, ang pagko-close ng book, it's either monthly or at the end of the accounting period, which is December. So, here in our example class, January siya pinagawa kasi gusto nung may-ari na per month, right? So kung titignan nyo siya, nung kinlow siya, yan, general journal, and then there's also the page number. Okay? Anong ginawa sa service revenue? Di ba ang sabi dito, debit all revenues. So saan nyo kukunin tong amount na to? Kung magkano yung nasa adjusted trial balance nyo na amount ng revenue, okay, yun yung ilalagay nyo dito. Okay, and then i-credit nyo si income summary. Okay? Next, what is step 2? Ano naman daw yung step 2? Sabi sa step 2 naman is that you have to close income summary account to capital account. A net income will result rather to an increase in capital while a net loss will result to a decrease in capital. Okay, later na yan. Ang ano muna natin is so, for the record, una muna is si revenue. Okay? Si revenue dinebit natin kasi credit siya pag regular and then credit natin si income summary. Debit service revenue, kung ano mang revenue yan. For example, ang business ay rent. So kung renta yung business nila, rent revenue yan. So ibig sabihin, ito yung magiging ano nyo, this one, ito yung magiging variable nyo. Yan yung pinapalitan. Okay? And it's either kung ang gagamitin nila ay income or revenue, right? And then, pagdating naman sa expenses, kanina sinabi ko sa inyo, di ba, ang expenses sa journal entry ay dinedebit. Ngayon, ang gagawin nyo ay i-credit nyo siya. So, i-debit nyo muna si income summary and then enumerate lahat. Enumerate. You have to enumerate everything. Lahat ng, okay, expenses na ginastos. Kung titignan nyo, ayan, enumerate niya lahat. Tapos 14,475 yung total niya. Okay? Alright? And then pangatlo, ito na yung pangatlo. Sabi dito, close income summary account to capital account. A net income will result to an increase in capital while a net loss will result to a decrease in capital. So ngayon, tignan niyo yung pangatlong entry. Okay? Yung pangatlong entry, mayroong 7,000 dito. Paano nakuha yan? So basically, ang gagawin, si revenue, sige nga, try nyo nga, 21,910 minus 14,475. Paki-compute nga, please.
7,435.
Very good, 7,435. Ano yung sinabi natin dati? Yung sa ating income statement, di ba? The income, right? Income, okay, wait. Income should be greater than the expenses. Kung ganon, anong mangyayari?
Income.
Net income. Very good, class. All right? And what about naman if, for example, the expenses exceed. Okay, so the expenses is greater than the income. Anong mangyayari? Anong nakalagay sa income statement?
Net loss.
Net loss. Good job, dear students. Okay? All right, so ngayon, ang mangyayari dito, since mas malaki dito ang income kaysa sa expenses, this is an example. This entry is an example of a net income. So anong gagawin nyo? Income summary debit, tapos kung anong pangalan ng may-ari ng kumpanya. For example, ang may-ari ng kumpanya is si John de la Cruz, J de la Cruz Capital. For example, ako may-ari, A, period, Evangelista, capital. Pero ang amount na ilalagay ko is yung net income. Okay, paano naman? Ma'am, paano po? Paano kung si service revenue is 14,475? Tapos, si expenses natin is 21,910. Ano na ang magiging entry natin? Ang mangyayari dyan ay instead of i-debit si income summary rather, babalik ta rin nyo. J de la Cruz, capital, right? Ilalagay nyo si 7,435. Okay? And then, ang i-credit nyo na ngayon ay si income summary with the same amount of 7,435. Nagkakaintindihan ba, class? Do you get me, class? Okay, so sige, lalagyan ko dito ng pananda. Ito ay entry ng, this is the example, entry for net loss. So kung ito yung net loss, then definitely yung natataas ay net income. Okay, can I see a thumbs up sign? Okay tayo? Alright, so paano nyo ito tatandaan, class? Tandaan nyo lang tong pattern na to. Madaling-madali lang to sa inyo. Okay, what else? Paano naman i-close ang drawing account? Kasi red ang i-close natin, di ba? Ano nga yung red?
Revenues, expenses, drawings.
Very good. Ang galing-galing, no? Ang galing talaga ng aking mga estudyante. Okay. So ano naman ang pag-close natin? Ang gagamitin nating pang-close ay ang capital. Debit capital, right? Hindi na income summary, ah. I-debit nyo yung pangalan kung sino man may-ari ng capital and then J de la Cruz drawing. Di ba kapag journalizing, ang drawing ay debit or credit?
Debit.
Debit. Very good. So, i-reverse nga natin, di ba? Babalik ta rin natin. So, saan makukuha tong amount na to? Titignan nyo doon kung magkano ang drawing. Ngayon, for example, ang drawing niya is, for example, September 5, 3,000. Tapos September 10, 3,000. Ilan ang ilalagay nyo sa closing?
6,000.
6,000. Very good, class. Kailangan i-add nyo po siya lahat. Pero hindi nyo na ilalagay dito yung date. Ilalagay nyo na lang yung total amount. And again, the post reference, of course, yung pangalan ng mga, okay, account numbers assigned. Alright? So, naintindihan po ba? Ganun lang kasimple ang closing entries. Alright? So, let's go on. So, what is merchandising? Okay? So, merchandising is a business engaged in buying or selling. So, merchandising business, ano ba ang merchandising business? Okay? So, ang merchandising business is a business engaged in buying and selling goods for profit. So, basically, alam nyo naman to, di ba? Sa Shopee, marami yan, right? Di ba? Nagba-buy and sell sila. Okay, so ito yung mga additional accounts for merchandising or account titles na gagamitin nyo. So basically, malalaman nyo later kung paano siya gagamitin. Okay, so please listen carefully kasi medyo this is another what you call this, pagsubok na dapat yung tandaan. Okay, so actually there are two types of inventory system. The periodic and the perpetual. So, pakibasa nga ako kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng periodic saka ng perpetual, yung difference nila.
Periodic inventory system. A physical or manual count of inventory on hand is done at the end of the period to determine the cost of goods sold. Actual inventory system have been maintained by having its account always updated. Okay, maraming salamat. Pag open mo ng store, mayroon kang 20 pieces na, for example, na 20 pieces na magic sarap. Okay? Tapos nung nag-close ka, binilang mo uli, 15 na lang siya. So, ibig sabihin, ilan ang pumili sa'yo ng magic sarap sa isang araw? Nung araw na yon? 5. 5. Okay, ganun yung, very good. Ganun yung periodic. Okay? Periodic kasi, nagpi-physical or manual count talaga sila. I don't know if you were able to encounter this, pero ako minsan pag nag-grocery ako, merong part no na parang inventory, nag-i-inventory sila. Alam mo yun, nag-i-inventory sila. So, hindi ka pwedeng gumalaw doon. Or close sila kasi nakalagay annual inventory. It really happens kasi ang nangyayari diyan, tinatali nila yung sales nila doon sa POS, yung resibo, kasi binibilang yan everyday, doon sa stocks nila para malaman kung balance ba mamaya kasi yung mga tao may nanakaw, may kinupit pala yung empleyado or something like that. You know, you'll never know. Right? And then perpetual naman is a continuous record of the quantity by inventory on hand is maintained by having its account always updated. Paano nila nalalaman? Through POS, di ba? Pansinin niyo, di ba, pag close na, ma'am, close na po, doon na po kayo sa kabila. Tapos may pinipindot sila doon, tapos parang nagpiprint ng resibo. Diba? Yun yun. Okay. Araw-araw updated yan through the use of the POS. Okay? Yung, di ba pag bumupunta kayo ng store, tapos binabarcode nila, tapos may pinipindot-pindot sila doon, yun yung POS. Okay? Alright, so periodic inventory system, paano ba siya? When goods are bought, kapag bumili, you use this, paano nyo siya i-record sa periodic? We're talking about periodic, When goods are bought, ang gagamitin nyo is debit purchases or credit cash accounts, cash or accounts payable. So, pwedeng you said, purchase goods on account. Purchase goods paying cash. So, depende. Okay? Can I see a thumbs up sign? Naintindihan? Okay, depende yan kung nagbayad ng cash, kung nagbayad ng accounts payable. So ngayon, ang pinakabago lang sa inyo is itong purchases. Tama ba ako, class? Basta may nakalagay doon, purchase goods. Purchases yon, okay? What about naman when goods are sold? Sold goods to. Okay? Sold goods to Annabel Evangelista on account.
Okay.
Very good. Accounts receivable, right? Okay. Pag sinabing sold goods to Annabel Evangelista, receiving cash. So, anong debit natin?
Cash.
Cash. Okay. So, dapat intindihin, class, kung ano yung sinasabi sa transaction. Alright? And of course, alam niyo naman to, di ba? Sales. Sales ang ating i-credit. Kasi sales is an example of, sa Alice, ano siya?
Income po.
Income. Okay. Sales is an example of an income kasi di ba pag nagbenta ka, may sales ka, may income ka. Right? Okay. Remember that, class, ha? Alright. And next, right? So, ito yung example naman natin. What about naman yung shipping terms? So, for example here, ABC Trading bought goods from XYZ Corporation with delivery terms FOB destination. So, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng FOB destination? FOB destination, the seller pays the freight cost. Di ba sa Shopee, di ba pag nagsisale, kunwari 8899, may voucher kayo doon kinukuha, di ba? So, pag may voucher kayo, free shipping kayo, tama ba? Right? So, a very good example of that is yung sa Shopee. Kapag si seller ang nag-shoulder ng shipping nyo, it is recorded as FOB destination. Okay? The seller pays the freight cost. So, paano nyo siya i-record? Freight out. Okay? Now naman, pag for example sa Shopee, hindi sale. Sino magbabayad ng shipping? Si?
Buyer.
Si buyer. Very good. So ngayon, i-record nyo siya as freight in. Okay? So again, cash pa rin siya talaga. Kasi syempre pag nagbayad ka ng shipping fee, mababawasan ka ng cash. Okay? Can I see a thumbs up sign kung okay tayo? Alright? Tatandaan lang this term. FOB shipping point, freight in. FOB destination, freight out. Okay? Okay, periodic system. Right? So the term indicate when a buyer is to pay the amount owed. Ano ibig sabihin nito, class? 2 means 2%. Makakakuha ng 2% kapag if you paid within 10 days. Okay? So, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Meron ding 120. Ano ibig sabihin ngayon ng 115 saka 120 kung ang basis natin ay ito? Makakakuha ng 1% kapag nagbayad within
15 days.
Very good. Makakakuha ng 1% kapag nagbayad within
20 days.
20 days. Very good, class. Okay. But basically, class, alam nyo, sa mga transaction, ito talaga ang ginagamit. Si 210 saka N30. Alright? So, ngayon, so parang bakit nga ba ito ginagawa? Siyempre, ikaw, di ba seller ka? O para magbayad siya agad ng maaga, o sige, kuha ka, utang ka muna. Tapos, kapag nagbayad ka within 10 days, meron kang percent. Siyempre, may encourage yung pinautang mo na magbayad ng maaga. Tama ba, class? Right? Okay, so paano mo siya i-record? Ayan, bought goods on account. So, debit purchases. So, since there is on account, accounts payable. Okay? What if, for example, di ba, tignan nyo, June 2, tapos June 12, nakabayad ba siya within 10 days? Yes or no? Yes, okay. Ang bilis naman. Alright, so yes. So, ibig sabihin yan, right? Teka, tignan ko lang. So, kung nagbayad ka na, kinredit mo yung accounts payable, ibig sabihin yan, i-debit mo si accounts payable. Tama ba ako, class? Nagbayad ka eh. So, nabawasan ka ng accounts payable. Ngayon, 20,000. So, ibig sabihin, makakakuha ka ng 2%. So, paano mo to ita-time? Sige nga, try nyo. 20,000 times 0.02.
Yes.
2% is 0.02, ha? Hindi 0.2.
400.
400 pesos.
Right po.
Okay. So, dahil dyan, nagbayad ka ng maaga, meron kang price. Meron kang 400 pesos. So, tatandaan nyo, class, kayo ang bumili. There is the word bought. ikaw ang bumili. Yung company mo ang bumili. So therefore, ire-record siya as cash saka purchase discount, credit. Okay? 19,600 lang ang babayaran mo. Yung purchase discount is 400. Ayan, ito na. There is what we call a comparison. Okay, ayan na. Hindi pwedeng magkasama siya sa periodic. And then take a look at perpetual kung paano niya ni-record. Anong entry ang ginamit? Anong account titles ang ginamit sa perpetual?
Merchandise.
Okay, or merchandise inventory. Okay, merchandise inventory, 20,000. The same ng credit accounts payable. Pero titignan nyo, hindi siya gumamit ng freight in. Anong ginamit niya?
Merchandise inventory.
Merchandise inventory.
Very good. Merchandise inventory. Alright, so kanina, ano yun? June 4, bumili daw, right? Bumili ng 20,000 with terms 210 and N30, and then we were able to have a comparative journal entries ng periodic sa kanang perpetual. Okay, anong pinagkaiba nila? Merchandise inventory po ang ginagamit sa debit. And at the same time, wala silang freight in, merchandise inventory din. Ngayon, what if for example naman, right? Bumili ka ng goods. Diba? Bumili ka ng goods. Tapos, nung June 6, naka-receive ka ng credit refund from the supplier worth 500 due to a defective goods bought on June 4. So, parang ganito yan. May supplier si Patricia. Tapos, yung bag na yon, yung isang bag, merong defective. So, ibig sabihin, ang mangyayari nun, inutang lang yun ni Patricia. So, ibabalik ni Patricia yun sa supplier and at the same time, babawasan na yung utang niya. Okay? So, paano siya i-record? So, June 4, di ba ganito yung pag-record natin? Ang mangyayari, since naka-receive ka ng credit refund, ibig sabihin nun, mababawasan ng iyong utang, kaya magde-debit ka ng accounts payable, which is 500 pesos. And then, credit is purchase returns and allowances. Kasi nag-purchase ka, di ba? Tignan nyo. Nag-purchase ka, di ba? And then, credit, purchase returns and allowances. Okay? Now, this is periodic, but let's take a look on how perpetual system do it. Sa perpetual system, accounts payable parehas, pero ang ginamit na term ay, anong ginamit na term? It's still
Inventory.
merchandise inventory. Okay? Ayan, ito naman. Kanina kayo ang bumili, ngayon naman sold. Okay, kayo ang nagbenta. Kasi merchandising nga, di ba? It's either seller kayo or buyer kayo. So ngayon, you sold goods worth 15,000 with terms 210 and N30 FOB. Anong ibig sabihin ng FOB? Right? FOB destination, ibig sabihin sinong magbabayad? Diba? So, sino ang magbabayad? Si?
Seller.
Si seller. Okay. Ayan. So, yan. So, kaya siya freight out. Okay. So, ngayon, paano siya i-record? Nagbenta ka. Hindi pa nagbayad si client. So, that you will record that as accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is a type of asset, right? Pareha sila ni perpetual. Walang pagkakaiba, right? Kaya lang, kung titignan nyo, kanina si freight in, di ba merchandise inventory ang ginamit. Pero kung titignan nyo si freight out, parehas, may term silang freight out. But, si perpetual, sa kanya i-record si cost of goods sold. So, cost of goods sold, 11,000. And then merchandise inventory, 11,000. Okay, again, kay perpetual lang po ang cost of goods sold. So, kanina, meron tayong purchase returns and allowances, right? Ngayon naman, ay meron din tayong tinatawag na sales returns and allowances. Ayan, ito. Sales returns and allowances. So, paano naman to? Pag sinabing sales returns and allowances, ayan, let's take this as an example. Tama ba? Ay, sales discount pa na to. Sales discount. Sorry, mamaya na yon. Sales discount is kayo ang nagbibigay ng discount, right? So for example, pay the full amount owed to the goods bought on June 4, right? So kung 'di ba nangutang ka nung June 4, nangutang ka ngayon, nagbayad ka na, right? Nagkaroon ka ng purchase discount dito, 'di ba? Kasi nga nakabayad ka within 10 days. Ngayon naman, itong June 17 naman, naka-receive ka na ng full amount due from the customer on June 7. So, ibig sabihin naman dito, nagpautang ka, class. Ngayon, si client nakabayad within 10 days. Kaya meron din siyang 2% discount, as you could see here kung paano siya kinompute. So, paano siya i-record? So, si purchase discount ay credit. Pero, si sales discount, you record that as debit. Cash, sales discount, and then accounts receivable. Bakit kinredit si accounts receivable? Kasi nga nagbayad na. Okay? So ngayon, let's compare. Ito kasi periodic to eh. Paano naman si perpetual? Si purchase discount kay perpetual ay merchandise inventory. Okay? And then kung titignan nyo naman, si sales discount, parehas lang sila. Okay? Paano siya nakuha ito, class? Kung paano siya nakuha? Times 0.02 lang. So what if, for example naman, if merchandise sold in cash was returned by the customer. So, ibig sabihin, nagpautang kayo, tapos, ang nangyari is, merong, for example, bumili ako ng bag kay Patricia. Tapos, ang nangyari, yung bag na binili ko na dalawa, yung isa ay defective. So, paano mo siya i-record sa company mo? So, i-debit mo sales, returns, and allowances. For example, yung bag niya is 1,900. Dalawa yung binili ko. So, i-record, since ibinalik ko, i-record ng kumpanya ni Patricia as sales returns allowances 1,900. And then, accounts receivable. Kasi nga inutang ko, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, mababawasan siya ng receivable ng isang worth ng bag. 1,900 pesos na lang. Kasi nga, may defect siya. Okay?